Hi soulmate, if you like to learn how to make this stylish halter neck jacket with a lapel, then this video is definitely for you. Watch till the end. So here's what we got after drafting, so let me take you through the whole process. My name is Veronica Adams Easy. Welcome to Vera Adams YouTube channel. So without wasting time, let's get started. Here's the pattern paper we're working on, and I'm going ahead to mark 5 inches from the top, and I'll go ahead to roll it out. From the side, I'll also be marking 4.5 inches from the center, and I'll go ahead to roll this out as well. So we have 5 inches at the top and 4.5 inches on the side. So from that 5 inches, I'm going to go ahead to take the proper measurement from shoulder to bust, shoulder to under bust, and shoulder to waist, just as you see me doing right here. Shoulder to bust is 10 inches, shoulder to under bust 13 inches, and shoulder to waist is 16 inches. So right from the bust line, I came up by 2 inches and I rolled that out. So right there, I'm naming it as the chest line, the bust line, under bust line, and the waistline. On the chest line, I'm going ahead to take the back measurement divided by 2, and I've gone ahead to mark it right there. I'm going ahead to connect this with the back measurement that I took at that starting point. So I've gone ahead to connect those two together, and also right there I'm taking the neck width for 3 inches. I'm coming down by 1 inch slope and I'm connecting together. So once this is done, I'll go ahead to divide what I have on the armhole line into 2. Then I'll make a mark right there, and I'll come in by 1/2 inch, and I'll connect it to my ruler. Moving on, I'm going to the waistline and I'm marking 3.5 inches, which represent the nipple to nipple, and I'm also marking it on the under bust line and also on the bust line, and I've connected them together. So I'm taking a dart of 1.5 inches, that's 0.75 inches on both sides. From the bust line, I came down by 1 inch, and from there I'm connecting the darts together. I'll go ahead to divide what I have left on the shoulder line into 2, and I'll make a point right there, and from there I'll connect it to meet the bust point. So right here, I'll go ahead to take the body measurement. I'll start from the chest line and take 1/4 of the bust bar measurement. I'll also do the same on the bust line. I'll move down to the under bust and take the under bust measurement and add back the dart intake. I'll move ahead to the waistline and also take the waist measurement, and I'll add back the 1.5 inches for the dart. Once this is done, I'll move ahead to complete the armhole curve right there. For the button allowance, I'm using 1 inch. You can use more than 1 inch if you want. So I've marked it on the waistline, and I'm also going ahead to mark it on the chest line, and I'll connect it together. So from the under bust line, I'm going to come down by 1 inch, and from that point I'm going to connect to meet the first dart leg. I'll go ahead to connect the second dart leg to the other side as well. I'll go ahead to close up the darts. This is to check for excesses, to be sure that they will align when sewing. So right here you can see that they align, so it's fine. If it doesn't, just try to blend it in. For the neck depth, I'll be using 3 inches. Remember, we've already marked 3 inches for the width, so I'm connecting both together. And once that is done, I'll go ahead to mark the V neckline, because neckline we're using here is V neckline. So I want the V to stop on the chest line, so I'm connecting it right into the neck width. Next thing is to determine where I want the buttons to be, and according to the inspiration, there are just 3 buttons, so I'm going to leave a space of 1.5 inches in between. Moving on, I'm going to move on to the neck width, and from that point I'm going to mark 4 inches. I eventually decided that 4 inches was actually too much, so I eventually reduced it to 3 inches. So I'll be taking away 1 inch away from that point. So the extension I'm going to be using right here is 3 inches. So from that 3 inches point, I'm going to connect it to meet the button extension right here. You can actually do any type of shape you want, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'll be doing a straight shape just as the inspiration. I went ahead to draft the back bodies off camera because I didn't want the video to be too long. But if you don't know how to draft a basic bodies, I have a detailed tutorial on how to do this. So right here I'm taking the neck measurement for the back bodies, and I have 3.5 inches. So once I have this, I'm going to go ahead and extend the neckline just as you're seeing me doing right here, and I'll mark 3.5 inches that I got for the back neckline. And from that point, I'm going to go up by 0.25 inches and make a line right there. This is just to allow the collar sit well around the neck. So once this is done, I'll go ahead to determine the width of the collar, and I'll be using 2.5 inches. You can do lower, you can do higher depending on your choice. So right here on the neck width extension, I'm going to go ahead to mark 1 2/4, and from the point where 3 inches end, I'm going to mark 1 2/4 as well. So I'm going to connect both together. But after connecting, I realized that I wanted it to be a bit higher than this, so I went to increase that 1 2/4 to 1.5 inches. So right at this point, I'll connect it together. Then I'll go ahead to use the curved part of my ruler to connect it right into the extension above. Once I'm done with this, remember that this is an halter neck, so I'm going to go ahead to make that. So from the neckline, I'm marking 1.25 inches to connect it right into the armhole. I eventually decided to just make it 1 inch. That means after the neckline, I just want 1 inch. So I'm going ahead to mark 1 inch and then blend it right into the armhole, just as you're seeing me doing right here. So once that is done, actually the button was supposed to be on the extension, not how I placed it earlier. So right here I'm putting it at the right spot and I'm cancelling the previous one out. Well, and I'm going ahead to start cutting out. So the V design at the bottom is supposed to cut right into the button extension. So that is what I'm trying to correct here. So I'll be blending it right from the button extension to meet the first dart leg. If you saw this video to this end, I want to say a very big thank you. If this is your first time here, thank you for stopping by. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give it a thumbs up by clicking on the like button. And to my returning subscribers, I want to say thank you for always tuning in. If you have any question, do not hesitate to drop it in the comment section. I'll be there to respond to you. Do well to share to family and friends that are also students. Would you like to be notified each time I upload a new video? Then click on the notification bell so that you'll be the first to be notified each time I upload a new video. So here's the result of the drafting and cutting of the stylish halter neck top with a lapel. So right here is the back piece. You can either leave the back piece as a regular waist dart, or you could also do a shoulder dart just as we did for the front piece. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'll be sticking with the regular waist dart. Moving on, I'm also trying to achieve the halter neck that we did for the front body. So I've gone ahead to measure 1 inch away from the neckline, and from that point I've connected right into the armhole, and I'm going ahead to cut it out. This would ensure that the front bodice and the back bodice align at the shoulder. And right at this point, we've come to the end of this tutorial. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.